to gain the insight and become more accustomed to the distinctive purpose of self-determination. Dealing with the process of self-determination is more than words. Self-determination being committed, responsible, and in charge of one's life, one's family, and one's community, of sharing responsibility for the elimination of the crisis that we face.
There has been a war going on, a war between the devil and Almighty God. The devil said and continued to say that the Million Man March would never happen, and if it happened, there'd be a piddling few black men to show up. That's what the devil said. But this is a vision by Almighty God through Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I say to the media, I say to the devil, I say to America, look around. You tried to prevent this. In this battle, you lost big. Black America, you won big. And America should know that when Black America has won big, then it will benefit you also.
It is a success. I pray that my multiracial and international friends will view this gathering as an opportunity for all men, but primarily men of African heritage, to make changes in their lives for the better. I am proud of all groups of people who feel connected with me in any way, and I will always work for human rights for all people. However, as an African American woman, I am proud, applaud, and support our men in this assemblage.
Let us go back home from this place, my brothers, renewed, regenerated, resurrected from the grave of violence and self-destruction to the resurrection of discipline and responsibility. Let's go home energized and energizing our churches, our organizations, free at last, to support our businesses, to pool our resources, to walk together, vote together, invest together, free to become new creatures, to call our women beside us, to share leadership, to share power, to send a message for those who think the election last year was a mandate for malice. We have a message for them. We're not going back. We're not going to let anybody turn back the clock. We've marched too long, prayed too hard, wept too bitterly, bled too profusely, and died too young to let anybody turn back the clock on our journey to justice. God bless you, my brothers. Let us go home now. Let us go home now and work for that day when justice rolls down like waters, and black will not be asked to get back. Brown can stick around. Yellow will be mellow. The red man can get ahead, and white will be all right. God bless you, you beautiful black men.
Brothers, let's get ready to go on up a little higher.
Well, they said that we couldn't do it, but all the world can see that when we come together, when we rise above our differences, we can come and show an effort that no one can stop. Let us first salute Minister Louis Farrakhan for making a call that reached all of us and has shaken the world. Let me say this. When we hear the word today, when we leave here this evening, we are not leaving having had just a rally. We're going home to do some work. You think you see a crowd now, wait till we go home and get our sisters. You think you've seen something now, wait till we go home and get our mothers. The political story of '94 was the angry white man voted in a new Congress. Well, get ready, America, for the story of '96, when the enlightened black man brings in a new Congress.
My brothers, what you see here is history. Never been done before in this country. And it was done by you, the black men of America. Give yourselves, once again, a great round of applause. Significant people to our struggle. When they come and they join with us, we show them love, honor, and respect. Because it is very, very important that the signal that gets sent from this place today is one that says to the world that we are about now changing our reality politically, economically, and socially in this country. And it's going to take all of us working together to do that. So please join with me as Chief of Staff to Minister Louis Farrakhan to welcome to this podium our brother, a man that you saw this weekend on television saying the things that were necessary to make sure that this day would happen with the minimum amount of conflict and controversy. And we thank him for it. Brothers and sisters, help me to bring forth now at this moment the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, our brother in the struggle of freedom.
Minister Farrakhan, members of the organizing committee, support committees, host mayor Marion Barry, preachers of the gospel, women organizers. You've organized a great historical event. You've helped to unleash a great spiritual power of a great people. How good it is to hear the sounds of chains and shackles breaking from the ankles and minds of men. How beautiful it is to see the rejected stones stand up to become the cornerstones of a new spiritual and social order. And for Minister Farrakhan and that host executive committee, they worked so diligently to bring this march into being. Let's give them a tremendous, loving, respectful round of applause. In the spirit of atonement, we pray to God to forgive us for our sins and the foolishness of our ways as we seek to do better and never to become bitter. And let nothing, nobody stand between us and the love of God. The idea of 1 million men has touched a nerve deep in the hearts of people yearning to breathe free. Big meetings were never allowed on the plantation. We've always yearned for a big meeting. Today, we've left the plantation. This is a big meeting. Raw nerves of ancient longings for dignity has been touched. I wish that Dr. King, Mr. Muhammad, Malcolm, Floyd McKissick, Medgar Evers, Fannie Lou Hamer, Daisy Bates, Bayard Rustin, Paul Robeson, Cleve Robertson, Mr. Michaud, Whitney Young, Clarence Mitchell, Roy Wilkins, and Thurgood Marshall could see us now. America will benefit and ultimately be grateful for this day when the rising tide to racial justice and gender equality and family stability lifts the boat stuck at the bottom. All boats benefit. Why are we here today? Because we're under attack by the courts, legislatures, mass media, was despised. Racists attacked us for sport to win votes. We attacked for sport to make money. But I tell you today, rabbit hunting ain't fun when the rabbits stop running and start fighting back. Here we are in 1995, trying to stop 1996 from becoming like 1896, the end of Second Reconstruction. Mr. Muhammad said, when we come into ourselves and know our true selves, we'll have our place in the sun. President Lou Hamer said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Sojourner Truth said to the feminist movement that she sought justice between white and black women, ain't I a woman? Martin Luther King Jr. said, when he rescued Rosa Parks, better they be walk in dignity than ride in shame. Why are we here today? Because we will not surrender. We will not bow. We choose life, but if we must die, let it be nobly and not like dogs, Claude McKay said. We come here today because there is a structural malfunction in America. It was structured in the Constitution. They refer to us as 3/5 of a human being legally. There's a structural malfunction. That's why there's a crack in the Liberty Bell. There's a structural malfunction. They ignored the Kerner report. Now we have the burden of two Americas, one half slave and one half free. Lincoln said it could not exist. Why was the reaction to the OJ verdict so different? Because there were wounds unhealed. There is more vile and venom toward an integrated jury that voted unanimous than a racist policeman who perjured himself. Why did blacks and whites see it so differently? One man standing up, looking down on an apple, sees red and that which is delectable. Another man standing on the bottom, looking up, sees rot and sees worms. We all have a right to eat the fruit. None should have the obligation to eat the worms and eat the rot. We want an America where all of us to play on an even playing field by one set of rules. Why march? Dr. King said it was the shameful condition of the Negro. Today, it's disgraceful. Why do we march? Because our babies die earlier, infant mortality. Why do we march? Because we're less able to get a primary or secondary education. Why do we march? Because the media stereotypes us. We're projected as less intelligent than we are, less hardworking than we work, less universal than we are, less patriotic than we are, and more violent than we are.
Look at this crowd. Look how peaceful it is. Look at how brothers are saying brothers and sisters and moving with harmony. This is because it is our hour, and Minister Farrakhan, through making this call, has brought us together as brothers. May God bless you, and let us make the African connection meaningful. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness to the divinity of all of his servants and messengers and that which Allah revealed through them. I want to offer to you this afternoon the greeting words of peace. We say it in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum. The Bible records the saying of Jesus, that he is come, that we might have life and have it more abundantly. And we are gathered here today because we are sick and tired of the death that we have suffered now for more than 4 centuries. And we are gathered here today to say that we will bestow the gift and the blessings of life one to another. So standing to my right, we have the president of the National Medical Association, representing more than 16,000 black doctors all over America who are doing their best to save the lives of all black America. 4 years ago, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan sent me to Kenya to find out the truth concerning Qumran. Everybody in America and Europe said that Qumran did not work. But for the past 4 years, Dr. Barbara Justice and myself have been using this medication, and we find that, in fact, it does work. To my left, we have Brother Demetrius X. I'm going to ask him a question. Brother Demetrius, in 1992, what was your HIV status?
Positive.
Brother Demetrius, in 1995, after having 3 years of treatment with alpha interferon, what is your HIV status?
Negative.
All praise is due to Allah.
We continue to push for reparations, and we continue to demand reparations now. We must continue to support organizations like the New African People's Organization under the leadership of Chokwe Lumumba, who have assumed responsibility for participating in the movement to free all political prisoners like Mumia Abu Jamal, whose son is here today, Geronimo Pratt, Sundiata Kolo, and many, many others who are locked up in the brutal penitentiaries of this country. We must continue to support the work of the All African People's Revolutionary Party and their leader, Kwame Ture, who has assumed responsibility for struggling to fight for a free and independent Africa that is united and free from European domination.
Scriptures say that there is a time for everything. And I think that we could say there is a time for us to feel the strength that we know there is in our African American men. There's a time today for all of us to do all that we can to improve life for those who need it the most. The civil rights gains that we thought were ours somehow are proving more tentative. And we find that many of our young men and young women who went to jail singing "We Shall Overcome" have found that they have rights, but they do not have the opportunity nor the economic position from which to pay the check. So today, let me say also that those who have benefited from doors that have been opened through the efforts of persons like that sparked by Rosa Parks somehow have forgotten how those doors got open. And I think the time has come for those who have made it to take the time to help lift the bottom. You today are 1 in 2 million, and you have a task that is important and that we all wait to see what happens after today. This is the time, as the scriptures say, there is a time for everything. This is a time to reaffirm our traditional family values, our emphasis on self-help, on hard work, on valuing education, on strong kinship ties, and on the extended family and the partnership of men and women. This is a time for all of us to help create in our homes and in our communities violence-free zones so that our children can grow.
For all for one, one for all. There's no way we'll reach our greatest height unless we heed the call. Me for you, you for me. There's no chance of world salvation lest the conversation's peace. Staring right at 2080 as if mankind's atrocities to man has no history. But just a glance at life in 2000 BC, we find traces of man's inhumanity to man. There's no history, mystery. All for one for all. There's no way we reach our greatest height unless we heed the call. Me for you, you for me. There's no chance of world salvation unless the conversation's peace. I love you. And God bless you.
Give it to him, brothers. The legendary Stevie Wonder. Give him a hand, brothers. Beating on the women, it ain't gonna happen no more. Killing black brothers, it ain't gonna happen no more. We're tired of the killing. It's gonna stop, it will stop, and it must stop. I'm gonna let my brother from DC come up and address it further. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Brother Raheem Jenkins of the Righteous Men's Commission. On this day, a perfect day that God has granted us, from this day forward, we shall no longer consider ourselves as gangs. From New York to Los Angeles, California, from this day forward, we are now nations. It is nation time again in America. We seek your forgiveness for allowing your babies to lie in the street with that yellow tape draped around them. We seek your forgiveness, black woman, for not being present for those 6-week checkups, those PTA meetings, and for mistreating our most precious jewel, you, black woman. This day, we reconcile and atone before God.
Got 45 seconds.
Black man, I'd like to speak to my brothers out here from all the way from New York to Los Angeles, as I represent South Central Los Angeles on the West Coast, come 1,000 miles. I'd like to see some fences in there as we sell on the West Coast. That's right. Black man, can you hear me? I can't hear you, black man. I can hear you in concert. Black man, can you hear me for the spirit of the long-lived the Million Man March? Black man, I come to you with much love. As we brothers on the West Coast made peace, me, myself, I was taking lives, but now I'm saving lives. And for all you guys out there, that's black man that knocked us, told us we was thugs, hoodlums, menace to society, that we have tattoos, wouldn't be nothing in life, you was wrong. Because we standing up here with not with this, or not with that, but with this. So black man, I say for you guys, out of my heart, and before I go, young brothers, let me hear you say this one time. Keep the Million Man March alive. Young brothers only.
Go ahead.
In the name of God, the beneficent and most merciful, to all praises are all due. I'd like to greet you brothers with the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brother Dawood Sherrills. I'm out of Jordan Housing Project Developments in Watts, California. We're the one who established the peace treaty that took effect across the city, across the nation. And we bring forth our services from state to state. And we hoping that you brothers could challenge us and be successful as we was in establishing peace. Peace.
You got to tell them where you're from and come.
How you doing? My name is Percy Harris, representing the west side of Los Angeles, California. I'd like to say to you young brothers out there, We standing right here to atone to everybody today. But what about tomorrow? When you go home, I challenge each and every one of y'all, tell the young brothers, put down the guns, put down the drugs, and pick up their lives. Peace. Everybody should be a man dance. Empowerment, empowerment, empowerment.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Good morning, my brothers. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. Welcome to Washington. I want to thank God for this day, a day we've never seen before. It's a day like no other before. It's a day we've always longed for. It's a day of hope, of spirituality, and personal resolve. It's a day full of the faith that the dark has taught us, full of the hope that the present has brought us. We're producing in our own experience what we believe in our souls. We are fired up and ready to go. We're fired up and ready to go. My brothers, my brilliant, beautiful black brothers, I wish you could see as I see you now. From here to the Capitol, to Lincoln Memorial, over 1 million black men coming together, united, strong, and determined. As we stand in the shadow of the U.S. Capitol building, as I face westward towards the White House, let us remember that in the Bible, there is a saying where there's no vision, the people perish. In this instance, the vision for the 1 Million Man March came directly from God himself. In other words, it was God inspired and God led and represents God's plan. Whether we call God Jesus Christ, Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, or just God, he's God. I am here to tell you I know firsthand God's power, God's grace, and God's redemptive love. God took me from the mountaintop to the valley and back to the mountaintop again. Look at me now. Look at me now. I've come back stronger and wiser than ever before. If God can do that for me, he can certainly do it for you. Rise up, black people, and be strong. Let God move you and take you to higher heights. Forward ever, backward never. Forward ever, backward never. Forward ever, backward never. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. March on, black men. March on, black men. Move on, black men. We love you and appreciate you. Thank you and welcome to Washington, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Marion Barry, the host mayor of this city. We waited a long time. I know who you're waiting for. We all want to hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and we're going to bring him right up. Part of this holy day of atonement and reconciliation. From the very beginning, we have said that we want black men to take a greater responsibility for the uplift, for the nurture, and for the care of our families and our communities. Yes, sir. All right, man. Take your time. While it will be a great honor for me to present the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, I'm going to introduce his son to do that. And before bringing his son, who is the Assistant Supreme Captain of the Nation of Islam, I want to say that
There's just one thing I want to lay to rest.
Go ahead. Come on.
Prior to this day, there was a whole lot of speculation about who was calling this march. And before our brother comes, I want to just clarify to the world that God called this march through nobody else but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. There has been an attempt to separate the message and the magnitude of this march from the messenger. We are not going to let that happen. This is a march for and by black men, supported by black women, supported by black youth, black students, the black community, black church, black mosques, black fraternities. I want to thank the Panhellenic Council, and particularly the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, for giving us their national headquarters for the national headquarters of the Million Man March. When you see 1 million men standing, and in fact now we're told we have almost 2 million standing, that didn't happen. It took a lot of people organizing, a lot of people working together to make this happen. And this is not just a one-day event. We're going to continue to march. When we get back home, we're going to continue to organize. When we get back home, we're going to continue to mobilize. When we get back home, we're going to register 8 million unregistered eligible black voters. When we get back home. And when we get back home, never again are we going to allow anybody outside of the black community to tell us who we can meet with, when we can meet, and what we meet about. Never again. And so, sisters and brothers, it gives me great pleasure and great honor to present to you our brother, a strong soldier, a strong black man, the Assistant Supreme Captain of the Fruit of Islam, Brother Mustafa Farrakhan. Let's hear it for our brother.
Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is his true servant. And I further bear witness that Minister Louis Farrakhan is his divine reminder in our midst. On behalf of my family, my mother's here, my wife at home, and my children, we have been the brunt of a whole lot of attacks. And those of you who know the plight of my father knows that whenever any black man is in trouble, he always come to your aid. Never be ashamed to stand up and say that Farrakhan is a friend of the black man. And I want I challenge all of the leaders that when you are asked by your enemy and those who oppressed us, my father is not a bigot. He's not a racist. He is not an anti-Semite. And we have the history
in our archive that will prove everything that I'm telling you. So, from the president on down to everybody who's under him, Farrakhan is in your midst today. You don't have to think about what he said or listen to anybody about what he said. Call him yourself and ask him what he said. I present to you the man that God has given this vision to. For without the vision, the people would perish. And I say to you that my Father is here to speak to you. So listen to him very carefully. I bring to you my leader, my teacher, my guide, my father, your brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Let us receive it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we thank Him for His prophets and the scriptures which they brought. We thank Him for Moses and the Torah. We thank Him for Jesus and the Gospel. We thank Him for Muhammad and the Quran. Peace be upon these worthy servants of Allah. I am so grateful to Allah for His intervention in our affairs in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who came among us and raised from among us a divine leader, teacher, and guide, his messenger to us, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I greet all of you, my dear and wonderful brothers, with the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. I would like to thank all of those known and unknown persons who worked to make this day of atonement and reconciliation a reality. My thanks and my extreme gratitude to the Reverend Benjamin Chavis and to all of the members of the national organizing committees, to all of the local organizing committees, to Dr. Dorothy Height and the National Council of Negro Women, and all of the sisters who were involved in the planning of the Million Man March. Of course, if I named all those persons whom I know helped to make this event a reality, it would take a tremendous amount of time, but suffice it to say that we are grateful to all who made this day possible. We are grateful to those who put up the sound and the screens. We are grateful to all of the technical people who have made this possible, to all of the security personnel. My heartfelt thanks to Mr. Robert Johnson, the CEO of BET, for having the Reverend Chavis, Dr. Cornel West, and myself with Bev Smith on our voices to help inform our people of the purpose for the Million Man March, and for taking out a full page endorsing the march in the USA Today newspaper. We thank all of the Black newspapers, radio stations, commentators, disc jockeys who really talked up the Million Man March. The mass media did not get involved until the last minute, and it seemed as though they got involved with another agenda in mind. But to all of you, and we thank you, mass media too, because even though you planned it for mischief, God planned it for good. So we thank you very much for helping to make this day successful. And to all who participated in the program and who helped to formulate the program, to all the singers, the dancers, the performers, the speakers, to all of the celebrities, to the members of the Congressional Black Caucus, to all of the religious leaders who are present, to all of the state legislators, to everyone that made this day possible, words are inadequate to express our heartfelt thanks, but really in truth, all thanks, all praise, all honor, all glory belongs to God. For this is the day that the Lord has made. So we are here rejoicing in this day. Certainly to all of the members of the Nation of Islam, to all of the ministers, captains, secretaries, and sister captains, to all of the foot soldiers who worked to raise money that this day could be produced, and hopefully all of our vendors be paid. It is not adequate to express our deep sense of personal gratitude, so all I can say is thanks, thanks, thanks. Thank you. Now, where are we gathered? We're standing at the steps of the United States Capitol. I'm looking at the Washington Monument, and beyond it to the Lincoln Memorial. And beyond that, to the left, to your right, the Jefferson Memorial. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of these United States, and he was the man who allegedly freed us. Abraham Lincoln saw in his day what President Clinton sees in this day. He saw the great divide between black and white. Abraham Lincoln and Bill Clinton see what the Kerner Commission saw 30 years ago when they said that this nation was moving toward two Americas, one black, one white, separate and unequal. And the Kerner Commission revisited their findings 25 years later and saw that America was worse today than it was in the time of Martin Luther King Jr. There's still two Americas, one black, one white, separate and unequal. Abraham Lincoln, when he saw this great divide, he pondered a solution of separation. Abraham Lincoln said he never was in favor of our being jurors or having of this nation. Abraham Lincoln said that if there were to be a superior or inferior, he would rather the superior position be assigned to the white race. There in the middle of this mall is the Washington Monument, 555 feet high. But if we put a 1 in front of that 555 feet, we get 1555, the year that our first fathers landed on the shores of Jamestown, Virginia, as slaves. In the background is the Jefferson and Lincoln Memorial. Each one of these monuments is 19 feet high. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd president, and 16 and 3 make 19 again. What is so deep about this number 19? Why are we standing on the Capitol steps today? That number 19, when you have a 9, you have a womb that is pregnant. And when you have a 1 standing by the 9, it means that there's something secret that has to be unfolded. Right here on this mall where we are standing, according to books written on Washington, D.C., slaves used to be brought right here on this mall in chains to be sold up and down the eastern seaboard, right along this mall, going over to the White House. Our fathers were sold into slavery. But George Washington, the first president of the United States, said he feared that before too many years passed over his head, this slave would prove to become a most troublesome species of property. Thomas Jefferson said he trembled for this country when he reflected that God was just and that his justice could not sleep forever. Well, the day that these presidents feared has now come to pass. For on this mall, here we stand in the capital of America, and the layout of this great city, laid out by a black man, Benjamin Banneker. This is all placed and based in a secret Masonic ritual. And at the core of the secret of that ritual is the black man. Not far from here is the White House. And the first president of this land, George Washington, who was a grand master of the Masonic order, laid the foundation, the cornerstone of this Capitol building where we stand. George was a slave owner. George was a slave owner. Now, the president spoke today, and he wanted to heal the great divide. But I respectfully suggest to the president, you did not dig deep enough at the malady that divides black and white in order to effect a solution to the problem. And so today we have to deal with the root so that perhaps a healing can take place. Now, this obelisk at the Washington Monument is Egyptian. And this whole layout is reminiscent of our great historic past, Egypt. And if you look at the original seal of the United States, published by the Department of State in 1909, Gaylord Hunt wrote that late in the afternoon of July 4th, 1776, the Continental Congress resolved that Dr. Benjamin Franklin, Mr. John Adams, and Mr. Thomas Jefferson be a committee to prepare a device for a seal of the United States of America. In the design proposed by the first committee, the face of the seal was a coat of arms measured in 6 quarters. That number is significant. 6 quarters, with emblems representing England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Germany, and Holland, the countries from which the new nation had been peopled. The eye of providence in a radiant triangle and the motto E pluribus unum were also proposed for the face of the seal. Even though the country was populated by so-called Indians and black slaves were brought to build the country, the official seal of the country was never designed to reflect our presence, only that of the European immigrants. The seal and the Constitution reflect the thinking of the founding fathers that this was to be a nation by white people and for white people. Native Americans, blacks, and all other non-white people were to be the burden bearers for the real citizens of this nation. For the back of the seal, the committee suggested a picture of Pharaoh sitting in an open chariot with a crown on his head and a sword in his hand, passing through the divided waters of the Red Sea in pursuit of the Israelites. And hovering over the sea was to be shown a pillar of fire in a cloud, expressive of the divine presence and command. And rays from this pillar of fire were to be shown beaming down on Moses, standing on the shore, extending his hand over the sea, causing it to overwhelm Pharaoh. The motto for the reverse was, rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. Let me say it again. Rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. Now, why did they mention Pharaoh? I heard the president say today, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. But in the past, out of many comes one, meant out of many Europeans come one people. The question today is, out of the many Asians, the many Arabs, the many Native Americans, the many blacks, the many people of color who populate this country, do you mean for them to be made into the one? If so, truth has to be spoken to justice. We can't cover things up, cover them over, give it a pretty sound to make people feel good. We have to go to the root of the problem. Now, why have you come today? You came not at the call of Louis Farrakhan, but you have gathered here at the call of God. For it is only the call of Almighty God, no matter who, through whom that call came, that could generate this kind of outpouring. God called us here to this place at this time for a very specific reason. And now, I want to say, my brothers, this is a very pregnant moment, pregnant with the possibility of tremendous change in our status in America and in the world. And although the call was made through me, many have tried to distance the beauty of this idea from the person through whom the idea and the call was made. Some have done it mistakenly, and others have done it in a malicious and vicious manner. Brothers and sisters, there is no human being through whom God brings an idea that history doesn't marry the idea with that human being, no matter what defect was in that human being's character. You can't separate Newton from the law that Newton discovered, nor can you separate Einstein from the theory of relativity. It would be silly to try to separate Moses from the Torah, or Jesus from the gospel, or Muhammad from the Quran. Well, you say, Farrakhan, you ain't no Moses, you ain't no Jesus, and you're not no Muhammad. You have a defect in your character. Well, that certainly may be so. However, according to the way the Bible reads, there is no prophet of God written of in the Bible that did not have a defect in his character. But I have never heard any member of the faith of Judaism separate David from the Psalms because of what happened in David's life. And you never separated Solomon from the building of the temple because they say he had 1,000 concubines. And you never separated any of the great servants of God. So today, whether you like it or not, God brought the idea through me. And he didn't bring it through me because my heart was dark with hatred and anti-Semitism. He didn't bring it through me because my heart was dark and I'm filled with hatred for white people and for the human family of the planet. If my heart were that dark, how is the message so bright, the message so clear, the response so magnificent? And so we stand here today. At this historic moment, we are standing in the place of those who could not make it here today. We are standing on the blood of our ancestors. We are standing on the blood of those who died in the Middle Passage, who died in the fields and swamps of America, who died hanging from trees in the South, who died in the cells of their jailers, who died on the highways, and who died in the fratricidal conflict that rages within our community. We are standing on the sacrifice of the lives of those heroes, our great men and women, that we today may accept the responsibility that life imposes upon each traveler who comes this way. We must accept the responsibility that God has put upon us, not only to be good husbands and fathers and builders of our community, but God is now calling upon the despised and the rejected to become the cornerstone and the builders of a new world. And so our brief subject today is taken from the American Constitution in these words: toward a more perfect union. Toward a more perfect union. Now, when you use the word more with perfect, That which is perfect is that which has been brought to completion. So when you use more perfect, you're either saying that what you call perfect is perfect for that stage of its development, but not yet complete. When Jefferson said toward a more perfect union, he was admitting that the union was not perfect, that it was not finished, that work had to be done. And so we are gathered here today not to bash somebody else. We're not gathered here to say all of the evils of this nation, but we are gathered here to collect ourselves for a responsibility that God is placing on our shoulders to move this nation toward a more perfect union. Now, when you look at the word toward, it means in the direction of, in furtherance or partial fulfillment of, with a view to obtaining or having, short or coming soon, imminent, going on, in progress. Well, that's right. We're in progress toward a perfect union. Union means bringing elements or components into unity. It is something formed by uniting two or more things. It is a number of persons, states, etc., which are joined or associated together for some common purpose. We're not here to tear down America. America is tearing itself down. We are here to rebuild the wasted cities. What we have in the word toward is motion. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that motion is the first law of the universe. This motion, which takes us from one point to another, shows that we are evolving and are a part of a universe that is ever evolving. We are on an evolutionary course that will bring us to perfection or completion of the process toward a perfect union with God. In the word toward, there is a law, and that law is everything that is created is in harmony with the law of evolution, change. Nothing is standing still. It is either moving toward perfection or moving toward disintegration, or under certain circumstances doing both things at the same time. The word for this evolutionary changing, affecting stage after stage until we reach perfection. In Arabic, it is called Rab. And from the word Rab, you get the word Rabbi, or teacher, one who nourishes a people from one stage and brings them to another stage. Well, if we are in motion, and we are, motion toward perfection, and we are, there can be no motion toward perfection without the Lord, who created the law of evolution and is the master of the changes. Our first motion then must be toward the God who created the law of the evolution of our being. And if our motion toward him is right and proper, then our motion toward a perfect union with each other and with government and with the peoples of the world will be perfected. So let us start where the process leading to that perfect union must first be seen. Now, brothers and sisters, the Day of Atonement is established by God to help us achieve a closer tie with the source of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and power. For it is only through a closer union or tie with him who created us all, with him who has power over all things, that we can draw power, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from him, that we may be enabled to change the realities of our life. A perfect union with God is the idea at the base of atonement. Now, atonement demands of us 8 steps. In fact, atonement is the 5th step in an 8-stage process. Look at our division. Not here, out there.
Project 2025. It would hurt us and help Donald Trump, billionaires, and big corporations. It calls for raising taxes on the average Nebraska family by $3,000. They need done bacon. When you vote, remember, bacon is with us.
Big Red halftime half price deal. Callers stop into any Zio's location during the second quarter until the end of halftime.
I got guests in. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs. I can give you a holler letter. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs. That was Minister Farrakhan 29 years ago. Today is the Million Man March anniversary. I was in the building. Oh, yeah, and we didn't rush the Capitol. No, we didn't rush the Capitol. Now, we kicked it at the Capitol. Without a doubt, I saw some incredible things at the Capitol. You know, 2 million black men, you know, saying to me, "I'm glad you're here to step on my foot." Y'all modern day Negroes, oh, y'all want to beat me up, shoot me because we step on your foot. So I had to remind y'all that you know, at the Million Man March, that's the first time I actually felt God, the presence of God. See, my mama, you know, Great New Hope Baptist Church, shouts out to them. Reverend Kelly. You know, they taught me about God, you know, but I couldn't understand why people was what do you call it, shouting. I couldn't understand that though. I said, dang, why they shouting? But I felt that day, October 16th, 1995. So I understood why they were shouting. I understood. See, when you're a young lad, you know, you're growing and learning about the disciplines of God. You try to analyze and see what's going on. And October 16th, 1995 is when the first time I actually felt God. So, you know, that's what we do. That's what I default on God. I default on my mama and my daddy. They taught me great principles. And my mama come from neology. She couldn't even read your Bibles. She couldn't even read it. So what y'all pray about and talk about, she actually did. See, that's why I'm wearing my king shirt, because she told me don't go outside and mess up our name. The king name goes on. I'm letting you know, I created the alphabet. I got proof in the hieroglyphics. Every alphabet. Now you want to arrange them around, you can arrange them around. But we ordered in 2024, about to be in 2025. So I feel I got the armor of God on right now. Tomorrow's my mama's birthday. Oh, I already know she already hollering at God for me. I already know it. I already know she in heaven. She said, God, you see my son going down there? I heard from a wise woman when I was in Washington, D.C. at the United States Black Chamber commerce event. This woman, I don't know her name, but she was from the down. She's from the South, and she said that we should be, get back to our traditions, and we used to, pray to our ancestors for some guidance. Y'all put Jesus in the way. I ain't mad at Jesus, but the West, they came with the Christians came with a straight sword. The East, they came with a sickle sword. The Arabs, and they invaded. Y'all call it Africa. I call it the homeland. We teachers over here, we ain't worrying about you burning books because my mama couldn't read and write, but she made sure her son. Oh yeah, she made sure her son, the youngest son, especially. So I'm feeling real good today. It's election day. Election is 3 weeks away. Everybody talks about the one side of registering to vote, but it's two sides of it. Poor people always talk about the judicial system. Black people specifically. I'm one of them. I worked on both sides. I grew up in Hilltop Projects, but I was a law enforcement officer as a probation officer. I still got clout. I'm still pro police. You can't do no crime over here. We got women and children. That's our responsibility as men to protect and provide. I'm not going to disobey God. You can, but only 85% saved. Only 85% saved. I ain't perfect. But today I got two extraordinary guests. So today I'm about 87% saved today. I went up 2 degrees. All right. But my God like to smile. He wants you to have some humor. But this Million Man March Day, and black men, we have a certain responsibility. I've been saying it all year long. If you are specifically a black man, we can no longer suppress our greatness. Where you get it from? You get it from God. And it's time to brag off God. I'm bragging off him. Oh yeah, we're doing some incredible things. I'm gonna just bring this young lady in since he's here early. You know what you're supposed to be talking about?
National in AACP, what's going on with the Freedom Fund?
Okay, yeah, come on in. I want to, this chair slides on this. Come on, make sure. I got a guest in the house, and she's very thorough. God gave us a responsibility to protect and our women and children and all that stuff. So I'm feeling real thorough today, real strong. I did some push-ups and everything. Got my swell on. So Omaha, you know how these stars are. I'm gonna introduce this young lady. You know how these stars are. They got their own noun, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. We'll get right into the dialogue because she's talking about the same thing I'm talking about: freedom.
Good morning. My name is Deb Shaw. I'm here with NAACP, and we have Omaha branch, local branch located here in Omaha, Nebraska, and we're getting ready to celebrate our 2024 Freedom Fund banquet. There are a lot of activities leading up to this banquet. One of the highlights coming up for October the 16th, we're having a fundraiser, but with the focus of getting folk out to vote, getting folk registered, but then celebrating in that regard, coming together as fellowship under food. So we are going to be hosting this fundraiser on Thursday. It's October the 17th from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. And during that time, we're going to offer people the opportunity to register to vote because we know that's important. We're going to have free mimosas until they run out from 11 to 1. So stop in early, and it's going to be at the Rib Shack, and that's located at 10841 Q Street, Suite 105. And everyone's welcome. Come bring your family. Come see what NAACP is doing in regards to fighting the good fight. Our theme this year is We're All In. So what does that mean? Are you in for voting? Are you in for standing up for justice? Are you in for standing up for equity? And that includes men, women, young folk who are 18 and above. That it is time to show up and show out. The king has stated it's absolutely right in terms of what is our foundation. And our foundation is our faith.
Mm-hmm.
And standing on our faith, when we look at the civil rights movement that have occurred through generations, it's been in the church house.
Without
It has
doubt.
been our leaders. And so it is time for us now to be all in. We know what we're up against. It's time to show up and show out.
Without doubt. And so if we truly want freedom, then we have to self-fund it. We have to self-fund it, just like the brothers and sisters funded Harriet Tubman when she went on her journey to save brothers and sisters. We have to self-fund it. We all have we waste $5 to $10 a day. We go out to eat. We buy cigarettes or alcohol. Do video games and buy tokens on them. I mean, we spend money just and we think and then we always preach we don't have money. It just is on what we do with our money. And if we do collective economics, we teach every Monday. Collective economics is the best way to get things done, is to doing it together. And NAACP, the baddest, the boldest, the oldest organization in regards to the freedom of our people, have sustained the test of time. And we always need the ability to cross the aisle, per se, and deal with other ethnicities. Because if we're going to teach true justice, then we got to have justice for all.
Absolutely. We have to recognize that we're in this together. So we need everyone bringing their talents, their resources, their skills, and their abilities, and come together and lay aside our biases on who's doing what and when and who's leading what. But if we are going to be about justice for all, it's going to take all of us to be all in. And starting with this event on Thursday, October the 17th, we're going to have voter registration from 6 p.m. And remember, in Nebraska, the last day to register is October the 18th.
Okay.
So it's so important that we not getting ready, let's be ready. And with all of these rules around voter ID and making sure that you have the necessary documentation to vote, do your homework. You can vote provisionally, PVIV, and still have a week to get your ID confirmed. So don't stop voting because you don't have the ID ready. But first step is to get registered. So when you come to fellowship at this Rib Shack event, we will have people there to register you to vote. Now, there's going to be some fun activity because, as the king stated, let's enjoy life. So we're going to have bid, bones, and dominoes and blues from 7 to 9 at this fundraiser at the Rib Shack. We're doing great things under the umbrella of NAACP. Come check us out. Come help by sharing your resources and enjoying the fellowship at Rib Shack. The other thing that we're doing to promote engagement at this event, we have some giveaways. The opportunity to receive a certificate to Martini Nails, Wax in the City, the Deuce Book. Those giveaways will happen between 2 and 6 p.m. So come out, be engaged, be involved. A lot of times people say, what's in it for me? Well, what's in it for you is to be all in so that all the generations that come after us have the same rights and privileges, that we don't go backwards, we go forwards. It's time to say, Coach, put me in the game. We're all in. And then I also want to bring you up to date about the Freedom Fund banquet. It's not too late to get your tickets, to get your table for this event that's coming up. We're bringing in the state senator from Tennessee, Justin J. Pearson. If you haven't heard this young man, you know about what happened in Nashville, Tennessee. Those three took a stand, and he was one of those that took a stand and got his position back in the state Senate.
Okay.
And he's coming in.
Okay, so that's not the one that threw the hat up. Are we talking about Alabama?
We're talking about Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay, cool.
And there were two black men and one white woman. And remember, they let the white woman come back.
Okay.
And they didn't let the two Justins come back.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And Justin J. Pearson is coming in. And this man has a powerful message. And he's coming to bring that message to Omaha, Nebraska. And we need to hear. But this is words in action, because we've got to be about our people's business if we're going to make a difference. And it's not waiting to see who's going to step up. We all have to be all in. And that's our theme. And our theme comes from the national, be all in.
Without a doubt. That's the only way to do it. And the best way to do it is together. It's better together. It's better together. And so make sure you guys come out. It's a fundraiser this Thursday. It's actually on my mama's birthday. And man, like I said, man, like I said, this whole weekend, oh yeah, God's in the building. Oh yeah. This whole weekend is like I'm a freshman back in college, because my homeboys from college, they'll be here tomorrow. And so I met them when I was 18, and my biological brothers are dead. But they're my brother brothers. And so they in town, homecoming, my mama birthday, Million Man March. I'm gonna eat good tomorrow at Rib Shack Smokehouse.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yum, 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 yum.
You can dine in, you can take it out, you can call in, you can get it catered for a group. It is an option that has no limits. But then the main thing is have our people come together.
Right.
We work better together, and we have to let down our biases in regards to who's doing what, like I said before, and look at the cause. This is not about a movement of just today. Right. This is an evolution of change.
Right.
And we can be a part of that. And NAACP has been stepping out. I don't know if you noticed, but there's been a lot of stuff happening in our community that we need to voice our concerns. And we need to be all in. And NAACP, under the leadership of Pastor T. Michael Williams, is stepping out saying, hear us, we have a voice, but then come out and support and celebrate. We are recognizing some community individuals for our Freedom Fighter Awards. Come out and see what people are doing and celebrate. Again, it's more than talk. It's about our walk, and we must unify and walk together.
Without a doubt. We walk further together, without a doubt. And then, we can manifest our God-given greatness. It's a lot quicker together, where you have elders and you have young people, and we can manifest quicker if we come together. One of the best ways is libation, having food and having a great, great beverage.
Many ideas have come around the table. You all know that when we sit around the table and talk and share, we know that from back in the day with fair deals. A lot of deals were made when folk were fellowshipping and eating good food and good conversation, and great ideas came about.
Yeah, without
and
doubt.
So let's make that happen this year. This is 2024. Let's make a difference locally and nationally. But you can start now.
Let people know, what's your name again, mademoiselle?
My name is Deb Shaw.
And what's your responsibility with the NAACP?
I am the unit secretary.
Okay.
So all new memberships come through me.
Okay.
So if you want a membership with NAACP, guess what? It's only $30. And here, I got another bonus for you. You purchase a ticket to the Freedom Fund banquet. With that ticket comes a membership to NAACP for the year.
Okay.
And now what we're asking with that membership, don't stop there. Once you get that membership, then become active. We need individuals serving on various committees, like the Education Committee, the Health Committee, the Political Advocate Committee, the Communications Committee. This is where the work is done in committee. And when you pay that money, you're a part of the organization right away.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, shoot, $30. That's not a big investment. June says she's in. She said I'm in.
Outstanding. And listen, check us out on social media. We are on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Email us at omaha.naacp.aol.com. Whatever you need, we will respond and get you hooked up. We need you. Young people, seasoned people, educated people, people with skills and talents and abilities. Let's come together. Let's be all in, y'all.
Without a doubt. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs. Talking to Miss Deb Shaw, representing the NAACP. They're combining with the Rib Shack Smokehouse tomorrow. They're gonna have a fundraiser. It's gonna be from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. 402-502-6695. You can dine in, take out, call in, and they also do catering. Without a doubt, I'm telling you, y'all, if you want some, I don't know if you guys watch the Flintstones. You know how you watch the Flintstones, and he in the car, and he fell on the big bone. I'm telling you, if you want some beef ribs, I mean, because everywhere I taste beef ribs, but they beef ribs, it's like they fall off the bone. I mean, you got to experience it. You got to experience, and then they got some. I never had no turkey ribs until the Rib Shack came out to turkey ribs.
Wow!
I didn't know turkeys had ribs. I didn't know they had ribs.
Who knew?
I didn't know they had ribs. Because they always keep us with the pork ribs. We was picking cotton, and we had to tend to the pig because we couldn't eat the good meat.
Right. They kept that information from us. And
we know it now. We know it now.
We've got to do our homework. Yeah. We have to do our due diligence. And that's the other thing that NAACP is talking about, Project 2025.
Okay, now I've been hearing about Project 25. I think it's Jive, and I've been asking. I'm an athlete, and if somebody put their plan out, why have we got a plan? Let's see. So we spend too much talking about their plan and not developing our plan. That's all I'm saying.
No, but you're right. And that's one of the things I want folks to go out there on the national NAACP website.
Okay.
Because you're absolutely right. We need to flip the script.
There we go.
Because
she hip, ain't she? Ain't she hip?
Because they got this 900 plus page manifesto of what they're going to do. Then we need to be talking about what we're going to do. What we're going to do, we're not going to wait till 2025. We need to have a plan for 2024, right? So we need to say, what are we doing to be ahead, to be proactive? First of all, we got to get people registered. First of all, we got to be knowledgeable about what they're trying to stop. What we need to be. Here's what happened here in Nebraska when Senator Mike McConnell didn't go the way the popular opinion wanted and do that winner take all.
Right.
What we need to do is thank him and appreciate him, but then we need to make sure that we don't lose that one electoral vote that is so critical.
Right. And he's a Republican.
We know that.
And we always want to demonize Republicans. But shouldn't we have more civility?
We should. And we should be leaders in that.
Right.
We don't need to follow them. We need to do our own pathway and be our own leaders. And we have people who can stand up and speak up for what's right. Going back to our faith and going back to our history and our traditions and our culture, we have to be true to who we are and, mimic or imitate them because they're not like us.
Without doubt. So I'm encouraging our Black organizations to let's switch our platform.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about abortion and guns and all this other stuff. Let's worry about poverty. If they don't have a poverty plan, see that affects all of us, right?
Right.
And that's the reason why we get into drugs. That's why we get into guns. That's why we get into all this other stuff. So if So if they're using diversion of abortion and all this other stuff, man, that don't matter to us. And some women can't have kids, and some women children.
Right.
So it's only a small few that's pushing that abortion stuff. No, let's be in the absolute, y'all.
Let's look at the economy.
Poverty affect all of us. Let's focus on something that affect all of us, and then I guarantee that all the other problems will decrease.
Absolutely.
You know, marriage will go up, abortion will go down, gun violence go down, graduations go up for our youth.
Absolutely.
If we solve the poverty problem, see, I'm running for mayor. See, I'm announcing it now. Miss Shaw, you got how young are you?
I am as young as 68.
Oh, man, and you rhyming. And you on time, and you on time. You got me hyped in here.
68.
So,
congratulations to you.
Well,
we need more of who look like you to be in that political arena.
Well, I am tall, dark, and handsome. Thank you. Thank you, Mama, Daddy. Thank you.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But you're absolutely right. We need generational wealth. We need jobs where people can make enough money to earn a living, a fair living. And we need folk buying houses, and we need folk investing.
Period. My man, and reason why I'm inspired also, the man Dan Osborne is going to be here. He's going to be over at the Jackson's.
Okay.
Jackson's Fair Deal on 24th today at 7 to 9. And he's an independent.
Yeah.
He didn't go to either party, but he's going to be advertising. So you're going to be hearing this message here on 95.7 The Boss. And I appreciate that. Him running, being an independent. I said, dang, he could do it. I could do it. You can do it too.
Absolutely.
So, and then plus we gotta be a disruptor. And I think I can disrupt. You know what I mean? I can say what they can't say.
Absolutely.
You know, but I need the protection of the NAACP, the boldest organization.
Well, let me tell you, NAACP is page from John Lewis.
Okay.
Let's get out there and get into some good trouble.
That's what I'm doing.
When you talk about being a disruptor, nothing wrong with that. Muddy up the water. Stir up the water.
Oh, so you getting me hyped because you see 68. Are you sure you're 68?
I'm 68, pushing on to be 69, Lord willing. And as the old folks say, if the creek don't rise, I'll steal you then. But we have to, the status quo is not working.
Right.
And that's one of the things that the other party did, to say, I'm not the traditional politician. That's fine, but then way off the beaten path. But we need to get into some good trouble and getting our folks involved, educated, and you hit the nail on the head saying, what's our agenda?
Yes. Yeah.
What are we about?
Yes.
We don't need to promote their agenda.
Period.
We need to promote our agenda. And in NAACP, that's what we want to be about. But we need more folk coming together, being all in, supporting each other, uplifting each other, and engaging in good trouble together.
Without doubt. So Miss Shaw, you have prematurely made me announce. I don't know, you got me hyped. Maybe because of me, man, March, I'm here to listen to Farrakhan. I actually, I was there 29 years ago at the Me and Man March, and man, I feel I got the body, I got the armor of God on for real. I'm feeling real thorough right now. I'm feeling real powerful right now. Really, I am. And then, man, I'm feeling real powerful. And then, you come in there, Miss Shaw, talking that mess at 69. You find at 69.
But this is how the Holy Spirit works, and this is why we have to discern the Spirit for what it is and recognize it is powerful. And be aligned with that. And when you're aligned with that, the door's open, and then you've got to move.
Without doubt.
When the Spirit comes upon you, there's nothing that you can do but follow the unction of the Holy Spirit, and it will lead you. What does that song say? Order my steps in your word. And when your steps are ordered, doors will open. People will come in your pathway that you didn't even know, like this Dan Osborne, that give you incentive and encouragement. And this is the kind of environment that we want to showcase through NAACP
Without a
is
doubt.
that there are opportunities and that our young people should see that. Our forefathers lived that. And somehow we've gotten away from that. We need to get back to what this stands for, organizations such as the NAACP. And we need the Divine Nine to come on in
Without a doubt.
and work with us. Bring your colors, bring your dance, bring your movement of what you're doing so that we work in unison. They think that there's no power in North Omaha, in District 2. Oh, but there's power. And we need to show them that we have the power. And NAACP want to be a leader of that and help cultivate candidates such as yourself and others who want to step into the arena and be the voice for the people who are not being heard.
Without a doubt. I appreciate you.
Glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
You always welcome back. I'm gonna have you as my hype woman.
I would love to be there.
Yeah, you're gonna be my hype woman. I'm gonna have you wear a big old clock. And we're gonna hey.
You know, and I've got certain colors I gotta be in. That's pink and green, but we'll go in there.
Okay. Ski-wee.
Thank you for the time.
No, I
appreciate it.
No.
Remember, Freedom Fund Banquet is going to be October the 25th.
So it's coming up.
In the meantime, check us out at Rib Shack House. Come
tomorrow.
Have some good food.
Tomorrow it's going down, and then Miss Shaw, I want you to slide out that chair because I'm gonna hold it while you get
All
up.
right. Now, thank you for the time.
No, we're gonna bring our next guest in. The owners of the Rib Shack is in the building, so I'm gonna have Miss Robbins come over, and we're gonna talk about the fundraiser. What's happening tomorrow? What kind of food they're gonna be serving? It's gonna be the same food that's on their menu, which is great. I was just out there this Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Planning our 10th year anniversary. That's 10th and 15th year anniversary for 95 the balls and 1690 AM to 1 for New Year's Eve. And so we want to invite the community out for that event. We're gonna have some fashion, some actual movie premiere, and a concert. And so it's a fundraiser for our station. But tomorrow is going down. My mama's birthday, and of course, I like to eat some good food. For real. I don't want no fast food. And if you're looking for a restaurant where you got that home cooking, even though it's in a restaurant, but it's home tasting, then you got to experience the food at Rib Shack Smokehouse. So you know how these stars are. They got their own noun, verbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, all yes, and predicates. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. We'll get right into the dialogue to hear more of what's going on in regards to the fundraiser tomorrow. So how you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Good morning. Feels good to be in the presence. Mr. King, I like the new place.
Oh, yes.
My first time just getting back in from St. Louis and excited to kick off the fundraiser with the NAACP. Very great organization. I participated and volunteered in the one in Atlanta. We did the parade with them, which was outstanding, where I got to be featured because I am the first Black female pitmaster in the state of Nebraska.
Okay.
And
Now, what is a pit? What does that mean?
Pitmaster is that you have mastered a skill, a barbecue. In barbecue, everybody has their own flavor, own style, but me personally, I make my own seasoning, my own rub.
Okay.
So everything you guys taste, I got my hand and my foot in it, as the old people say.
Right. So okay, all right, cool. So you making your own spices and your own flavor. Okay.
I make my own flavor.
All right, okay. So that's what Pitchmaster. So now tell us a little bit more to what's happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're gonna be we always like to give back. That's who our restaurant is. We don't we serve great food, but we also take it very, very serious about being involved in the community that supports us, that we have to give back. And this fundraiser with the NAACP will be from 11 to 9. It'll be a lot of things. They're really taking advantage, which I advise when you do have a fundraiser, really make it impactful. And they are really, really taking advantage and making it an impactful event tomorrow. They're going to have free mimosa from 11 to 1 or until they're gone. We're going to really take advantage of the voter registration forms because, Friday is the last day to register.
Yeah.
They're going to have music. They're going to be playing games, dominoes, just from 7 to 9. So it's going to be a lot of activities going on. They're going to do giveaways from Martini Nails, Waxing City, and the Dose book from 2 to 6. Tickets for their event is going to be available. So they're really, really taking advantage of that day. And of course, you're going to be able to get the great food, barbecue and soul food from the Rib Shack, where we're going to have our catfish. We're going to have turkey tips, them beef ribs Mr. King he was talking about. We're going to have cabbage, mac and cheese, collard greens, you name it. We're going to have everything that we have on the menu every day. And we're going to give a portion of our proceeds. We're giving 20% of our proceeds back to the NAACP because we believe in what they're doing, so that's our way of giving back. We believe in what they're doing and we support what we believe in. And so, when you talk about Mrs. Shaw was talking about work inside of it. And, I don't know if anybody had been to Pascal's restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia, but they were one of the first restaurants that used to feed a lot of the civil rights members and people. They would come there. Dr. Martin Luther King would meet up there, all different type of civil rights movement. And that was a networking spot, and Rib Shack is a networking spot. We get a lot of different people from all walks of life, white, black, from business owners to community leaders to politicians. We get a lot of different variety of people, just a regular people that want to come in, to support. But we get a lot of walks of life. So we asking everybody that comes to the Rib Shack, that supports the Rib Shack, that supports the NAACP, we asking you to come out and eat for a great cause. It's all day. We don't believe in, sometimes, or restaurants, some fundraisers just be for a certain time frame or a certain hour, but we're giving that whole day. So that whole day, 11 to 9. So take advantage, and you can take advantage of this by calling 402-502-6695. You can call in your order. You can come pick it up. You can hang out with us. They got a lot of activities going on. You can come eat and dine in, or you can, do a catering. You can do a catering, or you can take out. You can catering is from anywhere from small to large. We just need to know so they can get their credit, for it that day. So even if it's a catering that's going to be for the holidays, because we got the holidays coming up. If you support their day, even if it's for a future catering, if you pay for it tomorrow so they can get their credit towards that for the money we're raising for them. But we do have the holidays coming up where I'm doing my famous delicious smoked turkeys and deep fried turkeys and our pineapple glazed ham. So even if you want to pay it forward and support their fundraiser tomorrow, but for something and cater for something future that is available. So I encourage everybody to come out tomorrow. The NAACP has been a strong pillar in the community, in African American community all over, not just in Omaha, Nebraska. But we need to get behind this chapter, and we need to learn more about what they do, because a lot of people, all the elders are they're becoming elders, and we got a lot of history and a lot of knowledge that we need to get. So come listen and find out about that knowledge. I like to absorb knowledge. I'm like a absorber, so I love to be around my elders and listen about old times or when they marched or when they did certain things. You know, I love to hear those stories. So we need to come and hear those stories and eat and fellowship. Tomorrow is a day of fellowshipping, learning about what the NAACP does, and supporting. You know, we talked about Mr. Kingdom was talking about, you know, breaking the poverty, you know, breaking the cycle of poverty. And that's one of the ways to break the cycle of poverty, by coming and support a business, a local business. You know, we are a Black-owned business, but we are a local business too. You know, I don't believe just putting myself in a box. We are a Black-owned business. I'm proud, you know, to be a Black-owned business, but at the same time, we're a local business in the state of Nebraska. So come and support tomorrow. If you haven't had the Rib Shack, or if you're a fan of the Rib Shack, if you love the Rib Shack, come out and support a lot in the community. And this is just one of the things that we like to do and to give back. And we're proud to be a part of this event. So come support 11 to 9. Our website is ribshacksmokehouse.com. You can go on there and look. You can order online and come to pick up. So that take out, call in, and you can catering piece so they can get the full credit. And our address is 10841 Q Street, Suite 105, Roxbury Plaza. So look at the sign, look for us in the sign. We have our plaza sign now, so we're happy about that. So come out tomorrow.
Tomorrow's great food. Great food. You will not regret it. You got to eat tomorrow. You got to eat tomorrow anyway. You have to eat. And so you might as well eat for a good cause. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. Thursday, it's getting a little cooler. It's almost time for the thin Long Johns. Yeah, just the thin ones. Okay, I'm already searching for my thin ones. But tomorrow, 11 o'clock to 9, all day long. So you come out for lunch or dinner. Come out and surprise your loved one. Let them know that you cook. You know, make the plate all out. You throw their stuff away and make it act like you cooked it. You know, do all that. If for some of you guys need brownie points, you know what I mean. So I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to help all the introverts out. So tomorrow, seriously, 10841 Q Street, 105 the suite. It's on the southwest side, okay, of the street. So 402-502-6695 is the number. For catering, again, you might as well be proactive and look out for Thanksgiving and Christmas. You can pre-order in regards to your catering ideals. You got that glazed ham, and she said Hawaiian. I don't know where she get the Hawaiian. I want to do the pineapples. Do they actually come from Hawaii? I don't know, but I would like to taste a Hawaiian pineapple, because the one at Baker's, I don't know. No, we like Baker's. Huh? Baker's, I'm trying to get your ad, Baker's. That's why I mentioned you. Baker's, y'all need to be at the fundraiser too tomorrow. Bring your employees over there. They need to eat. It's going down tomorrow. NAACP. They're the baddest, the oldest, the boldest organizations. Been around since 1909. They old. They real old. But that's good. We need young, energetic individuals to come with new ideas, so we can plan new events, so we can create new stories. As Ms. Robbins says, let's create the new narrative. The only way the new narrative is going to be written is going to be written by the next generation. It's our responsibility as adults today that has the intelligence, that have the economic wealth, and the wherewithal to come together now. So we're developing that conduit of opportunity. Tomorrow is that event. It is a God certified event. This is a God certified. If you need a blessing, I'm telling you, man, God's on earth, and his wife is Mother Nature. And you see they visiting people right now. I played a passage of Lot, and I think Abraham was talking to God, and Abraham asked God, "Would you kill the righteous along with the wicked?" And God said Abraham didn't understand. He said, it's a lot going down to Solomon Gomorrah. If you could save 50, I'll save the city. Going down there. He said, Lot came back. I can't save 50, Lord. He said, we're going down there and save 40. So we coming like Lot. I truly work for God. I'm God loving. I'm not God fearing. I'm God loving, like I love my mother. My fear came through my love, through my respect.
That's right.
That's where my fear came from. It's not fear of harm. It's fear of disappointing or letting someone down. That's the fear. So tomorrow,
preaching up in here, Mr. King.
Oh yeah. I tell you, guys in the building, boy. I tell you, it's me, man. March Day today. After we get through with this interview, we're gonna play the message from this past Sunday. I wanted to play Mr. Farrakhan earlier because it started 29 years ago, and I think this Sunday they talk a lot more about what's going on today, but I think they also touching on what Ms. Shaw talked about, voting, getting active. Getting active. And so we want to play that. That was just past Sunday in celebration of the Man March. Like I said, I'm a Man Marcher, so I'm made different. I'm made different. I'm only 29 years old. I was reborn on that day. I'm only 29. I might be 59 chronologically. I feel it like today. But look at that picture. Don't that picture make you look hungry? It doesn't make you hungry. I mean, I love whoever did this flyer. It make you look hungry. It make you hungry for real. So tomorrow we got Miss Queen. That Queen said, I want some of those beef ribs. What time you guys open today?
We open at 11 today.
And 11 to 9 today?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So if you want to get some today, I know you got to eat today and might as well eat tomorrow too. So as you come today and then pay for tomorrow, so NAACP still get the perk. All right. See how they work. When you own your stuff, you can do different stuff. You know what I mean? Rib Shack Smokehouse, 10841 Q Street. If you need them beyond today or tomorrow, you can give them a call, 402-502-6695. Again, you will not be disappointed with their food. If you want a real Southern home cooked meal, and like I said, fellas, you can pretend like you cooked it. You can pretend like you cooked it, potato salad, all that stuff. You can pretend like you're cooking, and you be in great graces. With young ladies, also, if you're trying to get to the man's stomach, I think that's how you get to a man. It's the stomach. Ain't that right, Malcolm? See how Malcolm like to eat. So, no, that's the way you get to a man's stomach. So, ladies, if you can't cook too good, go to Rib Shack and then just take the package away. And act like you cooked. All right. No, but seriously, it's going to be a fun time tomorrow. Come out and fellowship. It's my mother's birthday also, so I'm going to be in the building eating good. 11 to 9 tomorrow is going to support a great organization, NAACP, been around fighting for our cause for over 120 years. That's a long time. Miss Rob, is anything else that we didn't discuss you want to get across this morning?
Nope, just come out and support. We expect y'all to be in the building. Let's have some fun. Let's fellowship. Great time. Excited to be there and support. Come eat good. We got a menu for everybody. So we got our lunch special that's all day, every day, and that's $10.95, which we want you to spend more because it's a great cause. But if you don't, if you whatever you got, we got it for everybody. So we got a little bit for a lunch special that you can get. We got dinners. So we got something to cover everybody's pocket. So there's no excuse for you not to come out and support.
Right down. And if you haven't been to the Rib Shack Smokehouse, it's a great idea to try something new. Without a doubt, try something new. It's going to be a great event. Come out tomorrow. Also, I just want to remind you guys again, today is the Man March anniversary song. We planned some episodes for that because it talks about Black men atoning for our sin, taking responsibility for our women and children, participating in the system of voting so we could change our our landscapes in regards to the political side, looking at criminal justice and social justice in regards to how we treat each other, and how we're going to address the criminal justice system in regards to we need more black lawyers so they have the potential to be black judges, and we need more black cadets so they have the opportunity to be more black police chiefs. We have to create that narrative. 2025, man, I'm coming in with more honey, mainly because the Rip Shack Smokehouse be using the honey, the honey Hawaiian pineapple.
Pineapple glaze.
Yeah, glaze. So I've been, you know, when you eat that kind of stuff, you kind of soften up a little bit. So I'm coming with a little bit less vinegar, but we're gonna come with more, I guess venom. I guess, you know, we look pretty, but when we get you, we're gonna get you. All right, yeah. Omaha, the birds of bless. Malcolm, you got anything to say?
No, sir.
All right, see.
Okay. Beef rib.
Okay, hey, beef rib. I'm telling you, y'all. Everywhere in the history of mankind, I went everywhere. I'm on 59. I'm telling you, y'all. If you want some tender, the most tenderest on earth, I'm gonna say on earth because I'm gonna say on earth. You got to go. You got to go to Rip Shack Smokehouse because some people don't like pork. They got the beef ribs for you, and they got you got the turkey ribs still.
Yeah. Turkey tips.
Turkey tips. Hey, see, where do you get turkey tips at? Where do you get turkey tips? Where they come from on turkey? Where you get it from? Man, boy, black people, boy, y'all know how to cook. Y'all know how to cook, boy. Shouts out to our ancestors, boy. My mom used to cook so good, boy. I used to love that pig feet. Oh man, how can a black woman make a pig feet taste so good? I don't know. boy. Omaha, the birds of bless, man. If y'all want some soul, you better come tomorrow. You want some soul, you better come tomorrow, without a doubt. And if you need a blessing, because this is a God certified event, anytime you deal with organizations that create a conduit of opportunities for the next generation or this current generation, that's godlike. It's godlike. Ain't nothing. Even the devil trying to come in and get something to eat. They said, dang God, you got me. For real. The devil come in, because I think talk to Jesus, and even the devil hung around Jesus. You know what I mean? So it's a thing. I gotta be around some good once in a while.
Yep.
You know, and even God used Judas. You know, they say he wasn't all right, but he still used him for the righteousness of God. Amen. So for those that are negative one today, this morning, you're thinking about hurting somebody, or you're thinking about hurting yourself, or you want to continue hurting people, you like negative one right now with God. All you got to do is change 2 degrees, just 2 degrees, and you positive one. See how close you to God? You ain't far. 95.7 the boss. Oh yeah, we stepping our game up. I'm running for office. I think I'm running as an independent though. I think I want to split the vote. You know, I think I want to be a disruptor. and then I could talk smack to the mayor, and I can talk smack to the fellas that's trying to go after her. I think it'd be fun. But I need some. You know what? Call me the Black Donald Trump. Call me the Black Donald Trump. I'm coining it right now. Y'all heard it here first. I'm the Black Donald Trump. So I'm with the conservatives, but I'm with the liberals. All right. We're gonna have some fun with this one, y'all. Omaha, the birds of blessed. We're gonna let you guys hear this message from this past day from Minister Muhammad. And again, it's the 29th year anniversary of the Men March. Like I said, that day transformed me. That was 1995. After that, I was a probation officer then. After that, I started my nonprofit. I started several businesses, started a radio station since that time, started internet companies since that time, that one day. So black men, we got to create those days for young black men to believe in themselves. So we got to step our game up. The women been doing it for a while. And well, actually, they've been doing it for centuries. They've been doing it for centuries. So I'm 59. I'm manifest. I ain't, I want to. I ain't trying to see God yet, though. Yeah, God. That's why I got the body and armor of God on right now. 'Cause I know you got some people that want to get me. That's all right. But I already told you guys anytime to protect yourself. If you know someone is threatening you, following you, have assaulted you, or whatever, if you feel a threat of your life, you have to put it on report with the police. Just in case something happens to you. This is the real world. This is the real world. And things can happen and you won't expect it. Most time it's people that you know that will do it to you. And so and then also you got to put it on report just in case you got to protect yourself and you fear for your life. And you have to, take someone else's life to protect your life. You got to have it on file. So everyone, I tell everybody, everyone that have threatened me, whatever, or type some stuff, because we got a lot of people that be on social media typing, oh yeah, I got you reported. Just in case something happened to me, because I talk loud. Oh yeah, I talk loud. So so anything happened to me, oh, they got a list of people. They got a couple people they know specifically. And I know y'all addresses too. Period. See, I told them only 85% saved, but but today I'm 87. But I got Brother Malcolm, so we 88 today. So I'm more on the God side today. So tomorrow is going down, seriously, 11 to 9. Rips at Smokehouse, 108. Is it 05? No. 10841. Q Street. 105 is the suite. It's going down. The proceeds, again, 20% will be going to the NAACP, who is an advocate for our freedom. And we appreciate them for doing what they do, without a doubt. We about to chime off, and I want you guys to have a beautiful day on this Winning Women Wednesdays. Actually, it's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
So actually, Winning Women Wednesday, we recognize the women in our lives, from our daughters to our great. Being a former probation officer, I know for a fact that domestic violence is the most unreported crime. Every minute, there's 20 women in America that's getting assaulted. Every minute, 20 women, every minute, 20 women is getting assaulted every minute in America. My last job, I worked for a Women's Center for Advancement. And so if you're going through something like that, you can call Women's Center for Advancement. And if you are a abuser, you also can call Women's Center for Advancement, because they do male counseling also. So let's be proactive in loving ourselves. We're very purposeful over here. 43% of our children that represent foster care are Black. And so we got to talk about those things, and Black men are a part of that equation. All right. Omaha, the Birds of Bluffs, boss with us. We out of here. That audio stream is not playing, so we're gonna go back to, let me see if I can go back to the minister again. The original from let's see, what is that? There we go. Oh, here we go. See, we can go back to the original 1995 Million Man March, and we'll play a little bit more of Minister Farrakhan on that particular day. Like I said, I was blessed to be there 29 years ago. I was blessed to be in the building. And so we want to give you guys let's see if I can go back and find, there we go. see if we can go back and find where the minister left off, and we'll let you hear what's going on. Let me see. All right, here we go. Mr. Farrakhan.
Relation to humanity before the judgment of this present world is called the Holy Quran. I am a student of the most Elijah Muhammad, and I could never thank Allah enough for his merciful intervention in our affairs in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who is in the world and is championing the liberation struggle of our people, particularly in the United States of America. I greet all of you, my dear and wonderful brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace. We read in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. First, I want to say to all of you, I am honored beyond words to be here, stand on this rostrum in front of this hallowed building, in front of I don't know how many, I'm not going to guess, but I thank Almighty God, Allah, for every single one of you that decided to answer the call to demand justice or else. I watched the program in my hotel room, and I want to say how happy I am to be a part of such a great showing of unity of the Aboriginal people of our planet. I want our Native American family and Brother Night Wolf, my brother. I'm sorry that they cut you a little short, but I want you to know how favored you are as a Native American giant standing for his people. The native people who came in their native dress. This is not like going to a football game with the Redskins. They are not here as some mascot. They are here because they are the original owners of this part of the earth, and we honor them with the honor that they are justly due. Their suffering in their land is very great. So all of those who cry for justice, no cry is greater than those who have suffered the most. And those who have suffered the most are the indigenous people, not only of America, but of the Western Hemisphere, and those of us who were brought into America not as pilgrims, not as Puritans, not seeking another way of worship, but in the holds of ships to be made the burden bearers of the real citizens of America. It's hypocritical for us to say that we are citizens and we are still trying to get civil rights while at the same time we are denied the human right of self-determination. I'm honored to be here in front of this great, great house that was built by Black slaves. So I don't think I'm encroaching on any American by standing on the ground that was paid for with the sweat and the blood of our ancestors. I'm honored to be here and am grateful to Congressman Danny Davis for having shepherded through both houses a joint resolution that allows us to be on the Capitol steps. I was so touched by our Native brothers and sisters and our Hispanic brothers and sisters, and some who are Black may say, Farrakhan, why are you talking to all of these different ethnicities? We have to accept our position. I loved my sister and those standing with her who championed the call that Black Lives Matter. I felt so happy to see her and to hear her and to know, and for her to know that she and Black Lives Matter are welcome, have a cherished spot because they represent the future leadership. These are not just young people who happen to wake up one morning. Ferguson ignited it all. So all the brothers and sisters from Ferguson, all the brothers and sisters that laid in the streets, all the brothers and sisters that challenged the tanks, we are honored that you have come to represent our struggle and our demand. Again, I'm grateful for the choir that sung and the brothers and sisters that sang, for Brother Rasul Muhammad and his wonderful song that he wrote,